Circumstances don't determine where you go, they just determine where you start. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Athlete Podcast sponsored by Sports for Champions. Today I'm delighted to be joined by GB and England star Tyler Baines. How are you today, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm brilliant, thanks. You?
Yeah, very well, thank you. So you're a wheelchair basketballer, you've represented GB and Team England. Can you tell us a little bit about how you first got started in wheelchair basketball?
Yeah, so where I'm from, there was like a multi-sport event like that ran every Monday, a local club, different sports and stuff, and found out I was pretty good at wheelchair basketball. The woman there was a Paralympian for wheelchair basketball. She asked me to come to county trials and stuff, went there and fell in love since.
Did you take to it quite quickly, or was there a bit of a learning curve?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like I took to it quite quickly. Because at the multi-sport event, all I wanted to do was play basketball all the time. So like, even though I hadn't properly done it, I was just playing by myself all the time. And I went to the county trials, and yeah, that was it. Went to junior championships and fell in love.
How old were you then?
13? No,
13.
12 I think. Yeah,
right,
12.
Okay. So obviously you are a wheelchair user.
Yeah.
I believe you were really young when you had your accident.
Yeah, I was 3 when I had the
Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so first family holiday in Spain, and I can't remember, I think we just got off the plane, we were in a hired car and head-on collision.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we were on the way to the hotel, and that was it. Yeah, I was in intensive care there for a few weeks, flew back to England, in Manchester Hospital, Barrow Hospital, all over. And yeah, that's it. Like, this is me now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So obviously you were dead young at the time. But I imagine you don't obviously remember the hospital and all that.
No,
kind of
not
stuff.
really. No, all I remember was eating marmalade on toast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is literally all I remember in the hospital. Yeah, I
It's
don't
weird
remember
what we
anything.
remember, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's crazy.
So then obviously starting school, that must have been a bit more difficult than most
Yeah, a bit
people.
difficult. I mean, the school I first went to, Brisbane Park, that was unreal. Like, and the infant school, the junior school, they were right next door to each other in the nursery. So I went, and all my brothers and sisters have gone there since, all the same schools. And then the senior school I went to was on Walney Island.
Right.
So it's like a 10-minute drive from home. And I enjoyed that there. I had all my mates and stuff. And school was difficult, but I did enjoy it. I had loads of mates and stuff like that. Still speak to them all now, so
That's good.
yeah.
Play the Xbox with them and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. And then in terms of sport in school, did you take part in any sport?
So I took part in like PE and stuff. Like played football and stuff with my mates at dinner time and stuff like that. But most of the time I was like, some days I was away at basketball or like training on the night time or whatever. So like in school, yeah, I did a bit, but not much really, not much.
I think being so involved at a high level of basketball, while obviously being quite young, how did that affect your studies, and is that something that you struggled to kind of balance?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, because, well, just with going away, travelling away to Sheffield and stuff, while I was at school, like some days was only in half a day, or I would have to take a day off to go training, or we'd have like an away game, like in Exeter or something. So I'd have to go down on the Friday, so then I'm taking a Friday off. It was difficult to balance it all, but I ended up doing it.
Yeah, you kind of got through it all.
Yeah, I got through it. Yeah,
got your GCSEs and stuff,
yeah.
and then you were kind of out into the sort of world really. Yeah, maybe you touched on it then briefly. In terms of the national championships, I think that was quite early on in your basketball career. Can you tell us a bit about that?
That was just before I started senior school, secondary school. So there was under 14s, no, it was under 15s at the time, and then under 19s. So I played under 15s for 3 years, 4 years, something like that. I think we won 3 gold medals and a silver or a bronze. and then I played under 19s for 3 or 4 years, won like 2 gold medals, a bronze, and then we didn't do very good in the last one.
Wow.
But like that's unreal, because there's people from all over the country there, and like everyone knows each other. You make new friends, see old friends and stuff like that. It's amazing that weekend.
Yeah, that sounds
to be there. Yeah.
Then it's like a meteoric rise in the sport. You're straight into winning gold medals. Did you expect that?
No, well, I couldn't believe it really, because obviously my first one, like I was so new, but then I was in a team and it was full of like good players, and like before we knew it, we were in the final, and I was like, "What? This is mad!" Like in Stoke Mandeville, there were so many people there, like family, friends, like of other people, everyone. And obviously it was mine and my family's first time going, and like even my family, like they just couldn't believe it, and I was like, this is actually mad. Yeah,
that's
like,
so cool.
Yeah.
Just winning straight out the
bat.
Yeah,
straight away. Yeah, I don't even think we lost a game.
Wow.
Like in the lead up to the final or anything. Yeah, it was unreal.
Did that mean that it was a bit more difficult when you finally did lose? Because obviously all you've known is success up to that point.
When I signed for Carlisle after that, and I played like Division 3, and we went like unbeaten in that, and then Division 2 went unbeaten in that, did another junior championships a year later, went unbeaten in that, so I didn't get beat in a basketball game for like my first 2 or 3 years.
Wow. So you're thinking I'm unbeatable.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah.
Can't lose.
Yeah. And then like the higher up you go, the more better teams you face and stuff like that, and then it is tough losing, and I hate losing. But
that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's got to happen, hasn't it? So
I think it's true in all sports, isn't it? Like you can, you think you're at a really high level, but the levels at international competition, when you get into those later stages of those competitions, are completely different.
Definitely, yeah. The higher up you get, the harder it gets, and then the tougher opponents you face, the better opponents. Like, but it's all good.
Yeah. All good for competition, isn't it?
Yeah,
to push you to
literally,
get better. Can you tell us a little bit about the actual sport of wheelchair basketball? I know there's different variations in basketball that's like more played in the US and Europe.
Yeah.
How does it work for you guys?
So, like, the best league in the world is probably in Spain. I played out there 2 seasons ago. Enjoyed it and stuff. I came home just because like I missed home a bit. And
a bit different to Barrow.
Family, yeah, a bit different to Barrow. Yeah, enjoy Barrow more.
Yeah.
But that's probably the best league in the world, and then Germany's a good league as well. Like England's not a bad league at all, but I enjoy it more in England, I think. So stay here, see what we can do in the league with Manchester. Hopefully we can win it. We'll see. We've got a dead strong team, so yeah.
Oh, that's good. And in terms of the actual rules of the sport, how does it differ?
It doesn't really. Every 2 touches of your wheel, you've got to bounce the ball. The net's the same height, the court's the same size. Literally the same rules.
Is it 3-on-3?
No, so it was 3-on-3 at the Commonwealth Games. But in the league it's 5-on-5.
5-on-5.
Yeah, literally the exact same everything.
How does that make it different when it's 3-on-3? Is it more exhausting to play?
Yeah, so you only play on like a half court really.
Yeah, like the other side.
Yeah.
Like the sideways version.
Yeah.
Right, nice.
And yeah, well, it's a lot shorter game in 3-on-3, but I feel like you do a lot more in that time because you don't stop. Like in that 10 minutes you play, you don't stop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot
You're
more
always
frantic.
going, constantly moving around this little area. But I did enjoy 3-on-3.
Which are you more suited to, do you think?
You're
young, so you've got the stamina. You should be on.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I enjoy them both.
Yeah,
I do enjoy them both. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
What do you think the physical and mental attributes are that make a really good player?
Like a strong mindset, and like just don't let anything get you down. Like if you are losing, or like if something's not going right, just keep going through it. Don't like stress out or throw a sulk or
It's so end to end, and it's a high scoring game.
Yeah.
So you'd imagine you're gonna go down at points, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, in some games it's like there's just 2 points in it all the way through. You go up by 2. It's a draw. They go up by 2, and all the way through.
So it's just whoever gets that final point will take you over the line.
Or some games are like you win by 10, 20. It just depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like playing in the tough games.
In terms of the physical side of things, what kind of things are you doing to improve your physical game?
The gym. So like just getting stronger, physically stronger, just because everyone else is getting stronger as well. It makes you faster.
What kind of training do you do in the gym?
Like bench press and like just loads of weight stuff. Get your core stronger for when you're in the chair.
Of course,
stuff like that. Just weight stuff really. Yeah.
And in terms of the skill side of the game, what kind of things do you practice? Like, what's your position?
I don't really have one, to be honest. Like, you kind of just mix it up and play in different positions depending on where you are at that certain point. And then just like ball skills, like just like simple fundamentals, just to get the simple things right all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't have to like overcomplicate everything. Just being in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing.
Yeah, I see. How's your shooting? Are you one of the better shooters?
No, not really. No, I'm alright.
Yeah.
But no, it's a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Goes into that. Yeah.
Because you get, obviously, there's some players at the highest level who it's almost every shot.
Yeah, literally like every shot. There's some unreal players. Like at GB, when you go with them, it's like some of the players they just don't miss. Honestly, it's unreal.
What do you think that is? Just repetition?
Yeah, just literally repetition. Hundreds and hundreds and thousands of shots, like every day. Yeah. Literally, yeah, just repetition. But it'll come. Just
I mean, you're only young, aren't you?
So literally,
at the beginning of your career almost.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your greatest success. We touched on it earlier. Commonwealth Games. Can you tell us about that experience? Obviously, at home games must have been amazing.
That was unbelievable. Like from the start to the end. Well, like when we went out at the opening ceremony, because we were the last team to go out England, and like it was just full of like red and white banners everywhere. Everyone was wearing red and white. There was like 30,000 people in the arena.
Wow.
And we had to like walk out. That was unbelievable. Like fireworks, everything was going off. It was mad. And then like everywhere we went in Birmingham, everyone was wanting photos and stuff like that. And like the stadium was like fully packed out for every game. Because the running basketball were on like maybe a game after us or whatever, so like we got to be with all them and stuff. Like everything was just full on the whole time. And the village, what we stayed in, like the food there, all the food halls were open 24/7. Go and get what you want when you want. If you want a Chinese at 3 a.m, you could go and do it. Like,
so cool.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Wow. And I'm guessing your parents got down. Tickets were hard to come by, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh, that was a nightmare to get them tickets because, well, I've got 5 brothers and sisters that are all younger than me.
So they're all wanting to
come. Yeah, so they're my granddad, my other granddad, mum, dad, all my brothers and sisters.
Wow.
And my best mate came as well.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. It was full on. Like every time I came out, I was like looking in the crowd for them.
30,000 people scanning.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
No, it was good, unreal.
And then the
experience.
I mean, the actual competition itself didn't go too bad either.
No, yeah. I mean, it was all right. It could have gone better, maybe, but just wasn't our day at that time.
Well, you came away with a bronze medal.
We came away with bronze, but in the semi-final when we got knocked out, like that was tough. And then we had to play the next day for bronze.
Yeah.
And like we just wanted to win that so bad. So when we won, like it was unreal. Yeah. Like it felt like winning a gold. Like it didn't matter. Like so that was mad.
So you went out in the semis to Spain, I think it was.
No, Australia,
sorry. Yeah. And then it was Malaysia for the 3rd place playoffs. Who would you have played in the final? Did you fancy
Canada?
Right, okay.
Yeah, Australia won it.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, we would have played Canada in the final.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was tough losing at that time. But when you look back on it, like just the experience and everything, like was unreal.
I think it's like you see that a lot with sports people. They just set the mindset on this one goal.
Yeah,
and it can be quite disappointing not to achieve that. But then also, it's an amazing.
Well,
achievement.
I kind of went into it thinking like, yeah, we can win this. Like,
you think,
yeah,
thought we're going all the way.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it, isn't
it?
You
literally.
You don't want to have any doubts or anything. You just be like, right, we're winning this.
Yeah,
we're
literally.
We're not trying to get bronze.
No, there's no point in that. Like, I don't think anyway, But
then also it's important to actually celebrate the fact that you did
definitely win. Like all the England flags came out and stuff when we won, and it was just unreal.
How was it on the podium?
Good, it was good.
Were you trying to spot your mum and dad?
Yeah, I was. Royal family give us our medals and stuff. When you're on there, it was just like you're looking up and you're looking around, and I couldn't believe it, like getting the medal put on and they give you this teddy, and it was like, this is mad. Like, just looking around, I couldn't believe it.
That's so cool. And then after the Commonwealth, how did things change for you? Did you find that clubs were trying to get in touch and stuff, and you were travelling around quite a bit?
Yeah, I had a few offers to go and play in Italy, Germany, Spain, but after I played in Spain that year before, I thought maybe it's not the right, like I enjoyed it but not enough to stay, so I thought maybe it's not the right time to go back yet. I'll go back in the future. So I just went to Manchester this season, closer to home, probably a better team. Hopefully we can win the league, win playoffs.
So you're aiming for the league?
Yeah, definitely,
And then I think you've got, is it the Euro Cup?
I've got a Euro Cup, the qualifiers for that in February.
Right.
Top 3 go through, I think, out of 5 teams to the finals and stuff like that.
That's like the football equivalent of the Champions
League.
Literally. Wow. Do they have their own theme music? Like, waiting to go out. Everyone's like, come on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then how often do you train for Manchester? What's the kind of regime like?
So with Manchester, I train twice a week, on a Monday and a Thursday, and then in between that I'll train at home, just like by myself, or like we might have a GB camp or something, or a junior camp to go to in Nottingham or Loughborough. So with Manchester I train twice a week, and then by myself when I'm not in Manchester.
What kind of stuff do you do when you're on your own?
Just shooting really, and a bit of fitness. Just practice my shooting when I'm on my own, and a bit of fitness. But like when we're training at Manchester, we just like play games, like just to like get repetition in and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you try like different scenarios?
Yeah,
and stuff
different lineups and different scenarios and stuff like that. Yeah.
And in terms of nutrition, you look pretty trim. Do you take a good approach to all that side of things?
Yeah, I presume so. Yeah. Could be a little bit better maybe, but I do eat well. Like I'm not a big fan of like chocolate and sweets and stuff like that. Like,
that's handy.
I'd rather just have another main meal.
Yeah,
fair
enough. So you're more of a savoury person.
Yeah.
So I've got the sweet tooth bad.
Yeah.
It's so awful, mate. Yeah, I really wish that I didn't, but for whatever reason, I'm definitely on that side of things. Have you got like a go-to post-match meal?
Probably a Chinese. That is my favourite. Chinese. Yeah, I love a Chinese. Yeah,
it makes sense. And then how do you get into the zone when if you've got a big game coming up? Do you like listen to music, or are you like just keep things quiet?
No, I don't know, to be honest. Sometimes I listen to music, or sometimes I just watch a bit of TikTok. Or
really?
Like just
relaxing.
Just relax. Yeah, in the lead up to it. Yeah.
It's funny because there seems to be 2 different camps on this. So when you speak to sports people, either they're in the camp that you're kind of in, where they need to relax and bring themselves down, and they think, if I go out there relaxed, then obviously the game's going to be crazy, so I'm better off starting relaxed. And then the other side of it, they're like, I need to hype myself up, get themselves into a state of like almost like they're flying out the gates straight away.
No, I feel like you can do that like in the warm up of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like on the way to a game or something, I'd just chill out and sometimes listen to music or just do whatever really. Yeah, just chill out.
That makes sense. So what kind of things are you looking forward to in the future? I know that Paris 2024 is obviously, people are starting to think about that now, and then obviously we're not sure what's happening with the Commonwealth Games, but presumably that'll come back. Is there anything in particular you've set your sights on?
Paris, hopefully make the senior squad properly in the future. We'll see. Or just make a senior competition, like a major one, or then the Commonwealth Games, but we don't know what's happening with that yet.
Yeah,
so
fingers crossed they get it sorted, definitely.
Hopefully.
Brilliant. And then finally, if you've got a piece of advice for somebody, maybe somebody who's looking to start a career in sport, or perhaps even somebody who's disabled who's not sure whether it's for them.
Just do it, just go for it, full steam ahead. Yeah, just go for it, really. If you're thinking about it, just do it, I say.
Yeah. There you go. You never know where you can end up.
That's it, yeah.
You could be on the podium.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant. Well, I think that's a great note to end it on. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're more than welcome. And thank you for everyone joining us at home. We'll see you next time. Cheers.